What happens when a medical mishap intertwines the lives of a billionaire couple and a young, innocent woman in the most unimaginable way? This is a story of secrets, betrayal, and the unexpected twists of fate. Samuel Anderson, a 35-year-old billionaire and CEO of Prime Oil and Gas, seemed to have it all. His towering skyscrapers, luxury cars, and private jets screamed success. Yet behind his confident exterior was a man deeply haunted by the emptiness of his personal life. Samuel's wife, Jennifer, a radiant and charismatic content creator, had captured the hearts of millions with her culinary talents and motivational videos. But even Jennifer's glowing smile masked a painful secret she had kept hidden from the world: her inability to bear children. For years, the couple tried every possible treatment. Samuel even invested millions in cutting-edge fertility research, hoping it would bring them the miracle they longed for. Jennifer, however, had grown weary of the invasive procedures and endless consultations. She began to fear that her inability to conceive might eventually drive a wedge between her and Samuel. In a last-ditch effort, Samuel convinced Jennifer to try one more procedure: a revolutionary surrogacy program led by Dr. Peter Callahan, a renowned fertility specialist. This program used advanced technology to implant embryos with a near-perfect success rate. Despite her reservations, Jennifer agreed. On the other side of town, Mary Thompson, a 22-year-old university student, had just started working part-time at the fertility clinic. Raised in a strict household, Mary had led a sheltered life. She was a devout Christian, had never dated seriously, and was proud of her innocence. Mary's job at the clinic was supposed to help her pay for school, but she had no idea how drastically her life was about to change. It was a routine day at the clinic, or so it seemed. Samuel and Jennifer arrived early for their appointment, nervous but hopeful. Dr. Callahan assured them that everything was prepared for the embryo transfer. Meanwhile, Mary, who was assisting for the first time in the procedure room, was busy organizing patient files. In a twist of fate, the clinic faced a sudden system malfunction. The patient files were momentarily misplaced, and a clerical error led to a catastrophic mistake. Without double-checking, Dr. Callahan mistakenly transferred Samuel and Jennifer's embryo into Mary instead of their intended surrogate. Mary, oblivious to the mix-up, left the clinic that day feeling a bit strange, but thought nothing of it. Meanwhile, Jennifer and Samuel eagerly awaited news from Dr. Callahan, confident that everything had gone according to plan. A week later, Mary began experiencing unusual symptoms: nausea, fatigue, and sensitivity to smells. Confused, she visited a local clinic where a routine test revealed the unthinkable: she was pregnant. Shocked and horrified, Mary insisted there must be a mistake. She hadn't been intimate with anyone and couldn't understand how this could have happened. As Mary grappled with the news, Samuel and Jennifer received a call from Dr. Callahan. His voice trembled as he explained the error. "Mr. Anderson, Mrs. Anderson, there's been a mistake. The embryo wasn't implanted into the surrogate. It was mistakenly implanted into a different patient." When Mary was contacted by the clinic and summoned for a meeting, she feared the worst. Sitting across from Dr. Callahan, she listened in disbelief as he explained the situation. "You're carrying the child of Samuel and Jennifer Anderson, one of the most influential couples in the country." Tears streamed down Mary's face. "How is this even possible? I never consented to this," she cried. Dr. Callahan apologized profusely, offering her compensation and counseling. But Mary wasn't interested in money. Her life had been turned upside down. Meanwhile, Jennifer struggled with the revelation. Though she was devastated by the mistake, she saw this as an opportunity to have the child she'd always dreamed of. Samuel, however, was torn. How could they ensure their child's safety while respecting Mary's life? As days turned into weeks, the three lives became more entangled. Mary faced judgment from her conservative family and friends who couldn't understand her situation. Samuel, ever the strategist, began devising a plan to take control of the situation. And Jennifer, determined to maintain her public image, sought to keep the story from leaking to the media. Little did they know, this was only the beginning of a journey filled with betrayal, heartbreak, and unexpected alliances. Mary's life spiraled into chaos. Raised in a deeply religious and conservative community, she struggled to process the reality of carrying a billionaire's child. Her mother, a devout woman, was furious. "How could you bring shame upon this family? What kind of life have you been leading?" she accused, even as Mary tearfully insisted she was innocent. Her father, quieter but visibly disappointed, offered no support. Unable to bear the scorn at home, Mary moved into a small apartment with the little savings she had. She thought about dropping out of school, but something within her urged her to stay strong, not just for herself, but for the life growing inside her. Samuel and Jennifer reached out, hoping to speak with Mary directly. Their first meeting was tense. "We know this isn't your fault," Samuel said, trying to sound empathetic, "but we need to work together for the sake of the child." Jennifer added, "We're willing to provide financial support and ensure your privacy. All we ask is that you let us be a part of this process." Mary, still processing the shock, hesitated. "This wasn't my choice," she replied. "But I won't let anyone treat me or this baby like a transaction. I need time to think." Back home, Jennifer became increasingly fixated on the situation. To the world, she was a beacon of positivity, but inside she was unraveling. "That's my baby she's carrying, Samuel," she said one night, her voice trembling. "I should be the one feeling those kicks, experiencing this miracle, not her." Samuel, though sympathetic, tried to calm her. "We'll get through this, Jen, but we can't force her hand. She has rights too." Jennifer, however, was not willing to wait. She began devising ways to ensure that she would have full control over the baby after birth, even if it meant manipulating Mary. Despite the clinic's assurances of confidentiality, word about the mix-up leaked to the press. Tabloid headlines screamed, "Billionaire's baby drama, medical mishap leads to surrogate scandal." Mary woke up to reporters camped outside her apartment, their cameras flashing as she stepped outside. Panicked, she called Samuel. "What's going on? I didn't ask for any of this." Samuel acted quickly, deploying his legal team to suppress the story. He arranged for Mary to move into a high-security villa under the guise of protecting her from the media. "Think of it as a safe haven," Samuel explained. "You'll have everything you need there." Reluctantly, Mary agreed, though she couldn't shake the feeling that her freedom was slowly slipping away. As the weeks passed, Mary began to feel an undeniable connection to the baby. She would place her hands on her growing belly, feeling the little kicks and imagining the life she was nurturing. She reached out to the baby with a loving breath. Jennifer, on the other hand, grew increasingly possessive. She visited Mary often, bringing gifts and insisting on being involved in every decision, from nursery colors to prenatal appointments. "This is my child," Jennifer would remind Mary. "You're just the vessel." Mary's frustration grew. "I'm more than just a vessel," she retorted one day. "I didn't ask for this, but I'm doing my best to make sure your baby is healthy. You could at least respect that." Jennifer's face darkened, but she said nothing. As tensions between Jennifer and Mary escalated, Samuel found himself caught in the middle. He admired Mary's strength and resilience, and he couldn't help but feel a growing sense of responsibility for her well-being. One evening, during a quiet moment at the villa, Samuel spoke candidly with Mary. "I never imagined things would turn out like this," he admitted, "but I want you to know I appreciate everything you're doing. This isn't easy for anyone." Mary looked at him, surprised by his sincerity. "I just want to do what's right, for the baby and for myself," she said. Their conversation sparked a new understanding between them, but it also planted a seed of doubt in Mary's mind. Was Samuel truly on her side, or was he just trying to manage the situation for Jennifer's sake? As Mary entered her third trimester, Jennifer's patience wore thin. She issued an ultimatum to Samuel. "We need to finalize an agreement," she said. "After the baby is born, Mary has no claim. I want full custody, Samuel. I won't share my child with anyone." Samuel hesitated. "That's not fair to Mary. She's been through so much. We can't just push her aside." Evan sat back. Jennifer's eyes flashed with anger. "Whose side are you on, Samuel? This is our baby, not hers." Samuel realized he was facing a difficult decision. How could he protect both Mary and Jennifer while ensuring the best for the child? The due date approached. The tension reached its peak. Mary began questioning whether she could trust Samuel and Jennifer. Meanwhile, Jennifer grew more desperate, and Samuel's loyalty wavered. But none of them could predict what was coming next. A twist that would change everything and force them to confront their deepest fears and desires.